Hi, welcome back. I'm Tanya, and more popular than me, this is Zobi. Say, hey, look there. Say hi, buddy. Hi. He is way more interested in looking at the people around us. We are at our campsite that we're going to be at for the month of February here in North Georgia as we continue our AT prep and Trail Magic, which has been awesome so far. So today I'm doing a bunch of testing on some prep hikes here. It's not too horribly cold. It is in the mid 40s. There's a front coming through that's going to be bringing a lot of rain over the next 24 hours. There's actually a flash flood advisory for around the rivers and lakes and such. I wanted to talk a little bit about my gear and some of the stuff I'm testing right now. I do have, for Zobi, a puffy jacket, his own down puffy jacket, his own down sleeping bag. He has his own rain gear, and I have a carrier for him that he will be strapped to the front of me for probably a lot of the hike. And then, you know, he'll be hiking as he wants to or is able to. He's a little cold right now because I don't have any of that gear on him yet, so I'm gonna set him down. So today what I'm testing is it is supposed to start raining in about like half hour to 45 minutes. So I'm gonna test some of my rain gear. Some of that I have, I'm going to do some gear videos, but I don't know if I'm going to do like a big full-length featured gear video. I don't know, I'm debating that because there's going to be some of you out there who are like, you don't need to bring that, and I don't want to hear it. So, but what I do want to do is talk about through hiking with a dog, and especially a small dog, where I'm carrying him. So my pack I have fully packed as if I were going on the trail, minus a couple little things that are like medicinal that I still need to put together to get in here, but I have a sampling of 4 to 5 days worth of food. I have water in here. I have his treats. I have, you know, his gear, everything that I'm going to be testing and actually using on shakedown hikes that I hope work because the weight now works. I put all of this on, and I put him on me, and I was at 34.5 pounds. So I think that I finally got my gear for the most part dialed in. Thing is, I haven't actually used a lot of this on the trail yet because my old backpacking gear that I've had, that a lot of it's now stolen, was just like I didn't care about weight or whatever, or how compact it was. So I have bought, like, even down to clothes, I've bought lighter weight and more compact gear to try to keep my weight down, considering what I had to do with Zobi's weight in his gear as well, and what I didn't want to exceed. So most of the time when I'm not carrying Zobi and I don't have 4 to 5 days of food, I'll be under 30 pounds. But today I am practicing with almost 35 pounds on me. The trail I was going to do, I don't think I'm going to do anymore. Okay, buddy, my goodness. So today, rain gear I'm trying out. I have an umbrella from 6 Moon Designs. I know that's controversial on the AT on whether or not to bring an umbrella because you're under the green tunnel and the branches can like tear it up. I may not need it as much actually like under the green tunnel, but I wanted to bring it for various purposes, one of them being if I have something over me like this and Zobi's in his carrier, then that will help keep him dry. I've also fashioned just from a simple like $1 emergency poncho, like a rain barrier to go over his carrier. To create some plastic for him. He does have his own raincoat. I know you're cold, buddy. I am too. It's kind of cold just standing here. We're gonna get warm in a little bit. I have sealskin socks, which have mixed reviews, so I'm gonna be trying those. I have frog togs, which I've never worn before. I have other rain gear that's very lightweight that is used for summer hiking that I'm not bringing. I'm gonna bring frog togs, and actually my raincoat was one of the things that was stolen, so I still have the pants but not the top. And mittens. So trying a bunch of stuff today. Hopefully it rains somewhat hard on me. I know that sounds weird that I want to get rained on while I'm hiking, but that's the purpose of this. It's supposed to rain tomorrow too, so if it doesn't rain too hard on me today, I'll probably try again tomorrow, but trying out a bunch of things. Hey, so I'm sitting here actually a little bit frustrated. That video I just played, I made nearly 3 hours ago. I was getting in my car after making that video and getting ready to leave when a truck pulled into my campsite, and I'm very happy they did this. I just had no idea they were doing this, and I'm glad I was still here. But an RV, sorry, let me turn my radio down. An RV guy that I had contacted, I'm still having electrical troubles with my RV, and like no one seems to want to be able to work on it. It's so frustrating. But anyway, this guy like rearranged his schedule today, canceled like 4 other appointments to come look at my RV so that I could have heat again. That took hours. So it's now like 3 o'clock and it hasn't started raining yet. So I'm debating on what to do. The trail I was going to do, I'm not going to do now, and I'm not really sure. I was thinking about maybe going back to Yona, but I've been here a week and that's the only hike I've actually done. So I kind of want to do something different. I don't know. I've been looking on all trails and trying to figure out what's nearby that's not the AT, because I don't want to do the AT on my practice hikes. So I am gonna just drive. I don't know. We'll figure out where I'm gonna go, but I still want to at least get a training hike in with the extra weight and holding Zobi and stuff, and just for the like physical work of getting back in hiking shape. I don't know if it's gonna rain. I may have to do the whole rain thing tomorrow, I guess. It's not raining. Anyway, I'll figure out where I go. Talk to y'all later. Bye. Hello. Okay, so made the decision to come to Blood Mountain. I am not doing the AT. I am doing the Byron Reese Trail. Right here, buddy. Come in. Hey, buddy. Super annoyed with a lot of things right now. Drove through rain on the way here. You coming? Drove through rain on the way here, but it's not raining yet here. So I put my Frog Tog top on as just, there it is, very sail. It does intersect with the AT, so I'll be on the AT a little bit, but this is a separate trail. Anyway, not raining here yet, but I expect that it will be by the time I get up to Blood Mountain and back. I am at the intersection of the Byron Reese Trail, which is marked with blue blazes, and the AT. You can see that tree over there, and that tree over yonder, marked with, of course, white blazes. So I forgot. I thought it just intersected the AT closer to the summit of Blood Mountain. Now I actually have to get on the AT if I want to go to Blood Mountain. I could keep going that way if you see the series of blue blazes. That becomes the Freeman Trail. But it doesn't actually go to the summit, and I kind of want to go to the summit. Just kind of skirts around through the Blood Mountain wilderness, goes to some shelters and stuff. So, breaking my own rule, and I'm going to be on the AT for about a mile, 2 miles round trip. But here we go. First steps on the AT with my full pack. And Zobi's doing great. Little man? Yeah? I am going to put him in his pack as soon as it starts raining. Or if it doesn't actually rain on us, I will probably just put him on it to I stumble all the time, to practice having him on me with my full pack on me as well. Oh, and for anyone who's asking about trail conditions in Georgia, I've seen a couple posts about that with winter. Yeah, there's still snow and ice up here on Blood Mountain, and it last snowed 4 days ago, and it hasn't been overly warm, but it has been sunny, and there's been portions of the trail I had to watch my step, especially on the slick rock and creek crossings, because there's ice around them. So yes, there is ice in Georgia before you get to the Smokies. All right, talk to y'all later, bye. All right, because I like to record the survey markers, Blood Mountain. You can see the snow still up here. A few days ago, oh, hey, look, there's a shelter emerging out of the mist. A few days ago, all this rock, which I've been scrambling over and walking across, would have been slick as heck. Just pure ice. And since I see a bunch of ice that way, so yeah, normally going northbound, you'd be approaching the shelter like this. I came at it from the other side. So, oh, wow, there's a bunch of, holy cow, stuff in the shelter. All right, well, it's not raining yet, so I haven't been able to test my gear for raining just yet. Debating on whether to put Zobi, looking down at Zobi right now, whether to put Zobi in his carrier for the way down or not, because he seems to be having a lot of fun. He's been scrambling and like pulling on me like, come on mommy, going too slow. So I don't know, I guess we'll see if it starts raining, whatever. I have tomorrow. It's definitely supposed to rain tomorrow. But anyway, definitely a good training hike. More on the AT than I really wanted to do, but oh well. Okay, well, I'm actually still pretty much at the summit of Blood Mountain. I'd only taken a few steps when it started raining harder, and then it stopped raining harder. But I'm all set up now. I have my frog top on. I have my umbrella out. May clip it to this later, but there's a lot of super low hanging branches and shrubs through this area, and it's definitely gonna get caught. Like, just my pack was getting caught. Whew, here it comes. And goodness, I'm gonna step out of the wind here. Zobi is beneath all of this. So this is his pack, he's in there. And I didn't put his actual raincoat. I'm just trying to get him in there quickly. And then this is the little emergency poncho get up, so he'll stay dry in there. So between the umbrella, the poncho, his actual raincoat, if I were to put that on him, I have my Frog Tog bottoms, easily accessible, so I can stop and put them on without having to take my pack off if I need to. Put my mittens on, and yeah, it is starting to get windy and kicking up in here, so hopefully, I know it sounds weird, but hopefully it actually starts raining on me for real, because I want to test this stuff. Well, here we are back at the car. It is fully dark out. It got dark really fast tonight with that storm front coming in. It's also 6:41 and sunset's like a little after 6, so I was hiking in twilight. But it never fully opened up on us with the rain, so, oh man, hey buddy, hey, hi. He didn't hike at all on the way back. I carried him the whole way. It's not too bad, actually. I was more comfortable than I expected it to be, especially, and I know it seems like it's probably going to be harder going uphill, but I was actually more concerned about it going downhill, because that's more weight on my body, on my joints going downhill, carrying him, especially if I, like, you know, stumble or whatever, then, you know, he's like in front of me, and what if I fall forward, which, you know, is still a fear and can happen, but didn't tonight. I stumbled actually a couple of times starting to fall backwards, because I stumble. I do. But you know, it was fine. Tomorrow we will see if we can try to actually hike in some real rain and see how things go. So I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, guess what? It's the next day and it's raining. It has actually been downpouring all night, and I was gonna get up earlier, but I didn't sleep very well last night, and I was really warm and cozy in bed and didn't want to get up. And I know there's gonna be days like this on the trail where it's raining and I'm warm and cozy and don't want to get up, so I chalked it up to that. But I did look at the weather forecast, and it's supposed to stop raining in about an hour and a half. If I trust that after yesterday. But yeah, just getting in the, look at how, I don't know if you can see how wet my car is. I cannot find Zobi's leash. I did find my wool liner mittens that I had in my hand with his leash. Cannot find his leash anywhere, so gonna have to use the same one as yesterday, and actually I'll probably have him in his pack today because it's pouring. Yeah, so I'm gonna go hike Ravenclaw Falls. It's about a 5-mile hike round trip. I think it'll be a good one to experiment with the rain gear and the umbrella and everything else. Got some steep-ish portions in it, but not too bad. So, I feel like there was something, oh yeah, yeah, so I stood outside for a few minutes to test my pants. Can I get, here we go. Because these, there, that's a good angle of them. These are supposed to have water resistance on them, And they actually do. As you can see, they bubble up. These are from North Face. I cannot remember the name of the pants, but I'll look it up and see if I can find them. They do have some water resistance, but they're definitely not waterproof. So in a downpour like this, I'm gonna need to put my Frog Tog bottoms on to stay dry. But it's nice to know that these do have a little bit of water resistance for like creek crossings, or like last night they just got a little damp in the, I'm in the freaking car, I can take this off. Yeah, in the like misty sprinkles, they just got a little damp last night. So, all right, here we go. I am unbelievably annoyed right now, and I've got to get in a better mindset. I swear, God like doesn't want me to practice using my rain gear in like actual rain or something. Zoe just crawled into my lap and hit buttons. Sorry. So, I wanted to do Ravenclaw Falls. I'm familiar with the trail. I've done it 3 times. It was like 15 minutes from where I'm staying, and it's gonna be pretty with, you walk along the river the whole way. There's several cascades, waterfalls until you get to the final waterfalls. 5 miles round trip, good in the pouring rain distance. I had heard that there was a road closure en route to it, so when I put it in my GPS, I just started following the GPS like an idiot, and it wound up taking me into all of these crazy Forest Service roads and back roads, and I was losing signal, so I was all turned around and just frustrated and a mess, and finally got out of all of that onto a road I recognized, got into Helen, Georgia, and I was like, okay, I don't want to do the AT. Like, I already broke my rule and did the AT yesterday, the Blood Mountain. So what else is near here that's like a moderate to difficult trail? And everything else was like easy around there. So I almost went and did Yona. Maybe I should have, I would be like on the trail doing Yona right now. But again, I was like, I've already done Yona. I'll do it as a like training hike, but like I want to do something different. So I was trying to go to Bell Mountain in Hiawassee, and like, I don't know, I probably could keep going and get there, but my GPS like kept trying to like reroute me. So I'm like, is there a road closure there too? So I'm on the highway that the AT crosses at Unicoi Gap, and I passed that crossing and I was like, screw it. Like, I'm just gonna turn around and park there and get on the AT. And now I'm even more ticked off because I'm sitting here and like it's not even raining anymore. It's maybe like lightly drizzling, and it's just like the dripping from the trees because it's been pouring all morning. It's 11:15. It rained all night. It poured. Like, I've been driving through a downpour, and now I'm here and it's like a drizzle, if even that. I'm so frustrated. And I have no service right here, so I can't even like look up to see if the rain's gonna be starting again soon, or like later this afternoon or whatever. So I'm just gonna get out and hike. I'm just so flipping annoyed right now. Hey, okay, it is raining. Not a downpour, but a nice steady rain, and I'm about 3/4 of a mile in from the Unicoi Gap trailhead there at 70, was that 75, 76, whatever that road is. Anyway, I have this clipped, as you can see. This is a 6 Moon Designs, I don't know wherever the logo is on my umbrella. 6 Moon Designs umbrella and a Gossamer Gear clip. I did that because it just had better reviews for the Gossamer Gear clip and the 6 Moon Designs umbrella. This umbrella is also the most lightweight. There's the 6 Moon Designs. I like the umbrella. I do like it clipped on and being hands-free. It annoys the piss out of me though. What's annoying me? I am holding my camera level with my eyes right now. This is what I can see, which is not much of the trail. This is eye level. This is literally what I can see. So in order to look more than about 4 to 5 steps ahead of me, I have to push the umbrella up, go like this. Okay, there's no one coming towards me. There's no bear in the middle of the trail. There's no snake 10 feet away from me. So actually I'm getting more on the camera right now because I just lowered it. Again, this is eye level. This is what I'm seeing. So this is basically how I'm hiking. super annoying. And the other annoyance is I can't put the umbrella down. I'm trapped inside it. Hi, I'm trapped inside the umbrella. I can't put it down when I have it clipped. And it takes a minute to unclip it. So I like it because it does its job. Like, I am completely dry. I even took my thing down because I was getting hot with it up. And I'm completely dry. Like, from waist up, even knee up, I am bone dry. Zobi under here, I've actually been able to lift his plastic up, let him have a little bit more air and breathing room, because the umbrella's doing its job. So I like the umbrella. I like being hands-free. I don't like that I can't see. And I have this up as high as I can possibly get it on my shoulder strap. Like, if it goes up any higher on my strap, it's actually lifting my strap off of my shoulder and then messing with my weight balance on my body. So I'm going to keep the umbrella. I'm going to keep the clips. I may use them here and there, especially when I need to like have my hands free to use trekking poles or something when it's raining. But I'm probably just going to end up holding the umbrella a lot of the time. And then I can put it down when I need to. Like if I'm going, like yesterday at Blood Mountain, there were all those areas where it was just super. Also, this is like really close to my head. It doesn't bother me until I'm trying to record and I'm looking at it and it's like. The other thing that has happened is I'm gonna get different rain pants. I had read online that frog togs are notorious for ripping in the seam in the booty. And yeah, my first like high step up, oh, I'm here even just doing that right now, first high step up, yep, seam ripped. They fit, like, they're not tight, just I've read that the seams suck and the durability sucks on them, and that is correct. I like the top though. It's a little warm, but it's also kind of warm today. It's supposed to be in the mid to upper 50s today, even with the rain. So, I don't know, I'm going to do some shopping, probably go back to Mountain Crossings and get me some different rain pants. I do have lightweight summer rain pants from North Face, I think. Maybe Columbia. No, they're North Face. Those, though, they don't have a liner for when it's colder out, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to go to Mountain Crossings and figure something out for my bottoms. May keep the frog togs top. May buy something different for that, too. But the top is fine. It's not bothering me, so I'll probably just end up buying different bottoms. The other thing I didn't like about the frog togs, note on this, is they taper at the ankle, which is actually good for keeping the rain out and, keeping dirt up under your pants and all that. However, because they tapered so much at the bottom, I couldn't put them on without taking my boots off, which will totally annoy me in a downpour. I'm trying to put rain pants on and I have to take my boots off and now my feet are wet. Yeah, don't like that. And the trail, not in this area, but in other areas, it's like a river today. So my boots are pretty wet already. They're not soaked through yet, but I do have my sealskin socks on, so I may intentionally splash around in some puddles and river-like sections to see how those hold up. So I guess I am getting to test the gear, finding things I like and don't like. Hello again. Alright, so I've made a few adjustments. I just turned around. I'm about 1.5 miles into the hike. I'm going to do probably about 3 miles just out and back today. Just as a reminder, because it's been a minute since I've done the AT in Georgia, going northbound from Unicoi Gap is like straight up. I forgot about that. So adjustments. I took it off the strap and I've just been carrying it. Much happier. I can do this to get the water off of it so it's not dripping on me or down in front of me, and I can put it down. I can see like holding an umbrella. What a concept. So yeah, I'm probably gonna end up holding it a lot of the time, but I will keep the shoulder attachments for times that I do need to use that. Other big adjustments I've done, I stopped and took my pack off because I was beginning to worry. I'm still not totally convinced that maybe I don't have the right pack, but I think I just don't have it adjusted properly. So I made a few adjustments. It feels much better already. Okay, this is what I'm doing. There's a river that runs through here, Unicoi River. I think maybe is this Dix Creek? I don't know. I'll have to check the map to see what river this actually is. But yeah, I'm literally standing in the river. I did this when I crossed it before, and now I'm standing in it again. I've been doing this for 20 seconds and getting my boots just soaking wet with these river crossings. Lots of water sources here along Unicoi Gap with all of this rain and the snow melting off. But yeah, I just keep literally walking through the river and all the puddles that I possibly can to get my boots as wet as I can, because I want to see how these sealskin socks work. And so far, so good. I mean, I know my boots are wet, and I don't feel anything. Dude, I'm like buried up to my ankles right now. Yeah. So, not that I'm going to do this on the trail, but you know, there's maybe some days where it's been pouring for days, and this is what I have to do. Okay, back in the car. So glad we did that. It is actually raining quite a bit harder now. That last portion of my hike was coming like sideways rain at me, and the wind picked up. So umbrella did not flip open in the wind, which is one of the reasons why I bought that one as well. That was one of the positive reviews on it, that it didn't flip up. Definitely ditching the frog tog bottoms, possibly the top. Two things I don't like about the top. The sleeves are just too short. Like my Smart Wool liners have a pretty long wrist on them, and the frog togs come to like where these start. So that I didn't like, because my merino wool layer is like wet at my wrists. So that shouldn't be happening. And then the second thing is, when you pull this tighter around you, something about the way that like it zips up and then that connects right there, like, isn't very comfortable. There's, I don't know, I can't describe it. It's probably going to annoy me after miles and miles of that. So I might be spending some money today on a new rain coat, but definitely new rain bottoms. I do not like these bottoms at all. They have like totally split open, and they are warm. I don't mind having a lined top. Not sure about wanting to find lined bottoms, which is why I'm maybe considering just keeping my North Face bottoms I already have that aren't lined. But I don't think I want maybe I want something with like Gore-Tex on it that are like definitely going to stay dry, because I've worn my North Face ones before in rain and they kept me dry, but I'm worried that like in a saturating rain after days they're not going to. So yeah, that, and then the mittens, I forgot my waterproof ones. They're sitting in the RV. So what I will say about the Smart Wool liners, today's pretty warm. It's like in the 50s today. So even after these got wet, my hands did stay warm. Now, I don't know if it were like in the teens and these got wet that my hands would stay warm, but I don't know if in the teens my hands would stay warm. Anyway, period. Zobi, yeah, buddy, say hi. Yeah, he's like, Mommy, I'm over it. He is 100% completely dry. He will not look up. Okay, he just wants to go sleep. Totally dry. So the configuration with the bag, the poncho, his rain gear, and the umbrella, there isn't like a lick of water anywhere on him, so that's awesome. So, I feel like there's one other thing I was testing. Oh, the sealskin socks! I think they're a winner. My boots are soaked all the way through. I stood in puddles. I straight up stood in the river, and my feet are totally dry and warm. So I'm keeping the sealskin socks, and I might even order their gloves for the outer layer. I need to test my outer layer, but I'm going into Hiawassee. There's an outfitter in there. I'm going to look at their pants. Okay, here's the sealskin update. I have had these boots on for hours now, soaking wet. I intentionally didn't take them off. They are soaked all the way through, totally sopping wet. Just took them off. The exterior of the sealskin socks are soaked. But, here's my N.GA toe liners. totally dry. My feet have been warm and dry. I've had no tingling, numbness, anything, no feeling of wetness at all. The inside of the liners, totally dry. Exterior is soaked. Boot is soaked. So they work, and I'm keeping them. Good morning. Welcome to my mess in my RV. It's the following morning since I did my splish splash tests in the rain yesterday, and I posted in a couple Facebook groups with Appalachian Trail other hikers, and just some quick reviews of some of the gear I used, and I got a lot of questions. So I'm doing a little follow-up video here, and then I am going to do an actual like product by product smaller video too. But okay, here's the next morning. So I woke up around 9 this morning, and I did not turn my heat on in here. Actually, I don't have heat still, electric heat. I have, you can see over here by my bed, I have this propane heater I've been using, but I didn't turn it on last night because it actually was still in the 50s last night. It's like in the 60s in here right now. Yeah, it's 62 in here right now. So this is actually pretty similar to if I would have hung all of my wet gear up in my tent while sleeping, or like in a shelter overnight, especially if I had hung it by fire, then things would be even drier. So when I got up at 9 o'clock this morning, obviously my boots are wet. I mean, that's the thing with hiking boots, they're still gonna be wet, but they're just damp. And I don't know if you can tell, like, it's actually like right there, you can tell where it's wet versus dry. It's actually pretty dry, all things considered. Definitely wet on the inside. Now I have hiked in these boots, this pair actually, on a hike with a whole bunch of river crossings for like 6 miles, and then did this where I set them out to dry, put them on the next day, didn't have sealskin socks to put on under them. My boots dried in just a couple of hours into my hike the next day. Yes, my feet were a little bit damp in the morning because of it, but everything was dry by the afternoon. Like when I stopped for my lunch break, I took everything off and totally let it finish drying in the sun, and everything was good to go. If it had been freezing last night, these would still be wet, but I would have also put them in the like footbed while I was sleeping, in my, sleeping bag with me to help try to keep them at least not frozen if they had been under freezing. Okay, so yeah, Zoe's little rain jacket, obviously dry. It wasn't even wet anyway. These were actually what disappointed me the most. These are my merino wool liners. I didn't put my mitts over them yesterday because I had left them in the RV. So they got pretty wet, and they were actually the most damp of anything still this morning. So that kind of sucked because this is your base layer and you want it to dry. So I'm going to do my best to try to keep these suckers dry because apparently they don't like to dry very fast. Or I don't know, maybe this for whatever reason didn't dry very fast last night. Sealskins. These actually now, an hour and a half later after I woke up, these are dry. When I woke up, they were just slightly damp to the touch. And of course the inside, which didn't get wet anyway, was still totally dry. So these puppies, I may even go buy a second pair. I don't know. I'll probably just start with one pair. We'll see how it goes. I may end up getting a second pair. My sports bra, there was a whole thread on Facebook about sports bras yesterday. Apparently, I'm not the only person who had a terrible time finding a sports bra I like. This is actually the Kalia Carrie Underwood line at Dick's. I tried on all of the like Smart Wool and Patagonia and REI and all of those, and I hated every single one of them. This is whatever terminology that it's supposed to help with odor, wicking, quick drying, all of that. This is totally dry. It is very, very lightly padded, ladies, and it doesn't have underwire support, but it has some built-in support for the ladies, and it is totally dry this morning. Again, a little surprise at the wool. This is my REI Merino Wool 150 base layer, and it is actually even now, I'm not even going to say slightly damp. It's pretty much dry now, but at 9 o'clock this morning, it was definitely still damp. The double layer areas, like here around my collar and on the waist of my bottoms, this is dry now, but this was definitely damp this morning. So I would have been cold putting on still some damp base layers. But yeah, I'm very impressed by the sealskins. One last thing, in a review of yesterday, I decided to forego the frog togs altogether. And I also decided to not do lined, even though it's the winter time, I'm not doing lined rain gear. I'm just going to keep layering underneath them so that I only need one pair of rain gear for the entire thing, because these are for the summer as well. So these are my North Face, just regular rain pants that I've had for a couple years. I really like them. I've used them. out west in higher elevations and cold weather. I like that they can cinch around my boots. They're adjustable that way, and they have a zipper that goes actually pretty high up the leg, almost to my knee, so I don't have to worry at all about. That was one of the things I hated about the Frog Togs. They didn't fit over my boots and they didn't have a zipper, so I had to take my boots off after to get the Frog Togs on. And then I bought a rain cover for my pack. I have the Gossamer Gear Mariposa 60, and I got a size small. And everything was dry inside. I have a liner. Sorry, I was digging through it last night to get some stuff out. I have my pack liner and everything was completely dry, and all of my dry bags and everything. But a lot of people have said their packs, whatever your pack is that when it gets wet, it adds weight. And some people have said that they thought their pack added as much as like 3 pounds when it was wet. I don't know about that with the Gossamer Gear, but I did go ahead and get a pack cover. So I'm going to try that again in the rain. Okay, and I got a new raincoat. So I decided not to keep the Frog Togs top, and I'm probably going to do a separate video just on this coat and the Frog Togs. But I got a Marmot women's, and I didn't choose the pink, but I actually like it. It was just the color that they had. It's got the infamous pit zips for ventilation. My favorite feature is this. It can be a high collar. It comes up pretty high around my neck, or it can be a hood, and then the hood cinches around your head as well. And the zipper, it's got Velcro all down it, so the zipper is protected. It's got 2 zippered pockets. And then these come down pretty low, like about where my sweatshirt is right now, maybe a little bit lower than that even, and then cinch around your mittens and rain gloves. So much better than the Frog Togs. The sleeves were really short. I think that's probably the reason why my merino wool layers got so wet. I was really uncomfortable with the way that it was cinching around my head. This cinches perfectly. I don't feel any pull on my neck if I'm looking up or looking down. Got the pit zips because I did get warm in the Frog Togs yesterday, which is another reason why I decided to not do the lined rain gear. If it's colder, I mean, yesterday was in the 50s, so if it's colder, I'll just add some more layers underneath it. So that's my rain gear recap. Bye!